بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome to this series of episodes about this important topic, which is our schools. Are they really moving on? In other words, are our schools improving, or they are in a case of a standstill? The answer may be yes or no. However, we need to see what's happening around us, to see what's happening in other schools in the whole world, to see whether really we are moving or we are staying in our place. This is the topic of today, and I think it's so important to everyone. It's so important to principals, teachers, parents, even students themselves. They need to participate in this. There are lots of changes in the concepts in teaching. We all the time see the progress and the advancement that's happening in cars, technologies, but we don't ask what are the developments that's happening or that are happening in school and in teaching and in curriculum. These are the topics that we want to discuss in this series of episodes. And my approach will not be giving a lecture. Rather, I will take from you more than you will take from me. Just by exchanging our ideas, we will come up to a real idea about whether our schools are moving on, whether they are improving or not. One of the first things that we like to ask, and I ask you to think of them, if you are going to change something in your school to make it better, what would it be? And I request from each one of you, or if you're sitting in pairs or in groups, you come up with a list of things, but this would be very quickly, that what are you going to change in your school to make it a better school? This would be the first step. I'll hear from you what you're writing, and then after that I'll ask you, can we put them in priority, and then we'll take each one and we'll try to examine it together. Now, your task is very limited to 1 minute. List 5 things that you want to change in your school, whether you're working individually or in groups. Done? Not yet. Yes, please carry on. We want to continue writing. Yes, please do. If you are sitting in 2, so you come up with 1 answer only. What are the things that you think that you need to change in your school to make it a better school? I'm quite sure that each one of us would have the belief that my school is the best school in the world. We would have this one because these are our babies. We think that this is the thing that we built up and it's part of us. So it's very difficult to see things that are not good. So we see only the good things, right? Yes?
Management, best management.
Okay, management, okay. Are you talking about classroom management? Are you talking about school management?
All of this. School management, best teaching staff.
Best teaching staff, okay. You're talking about teachers.
Best syllabus.
So you want to improve the management system? You want to improve the teaching
staff.
Okay. Can I get some answers from others, please? Yes? 1 or 2 points. So that
human relations with
HR, human relations, okay. Human resources, okay. Good. What else?
best resources. I mean, technically, best resources.
Is best resources. You're talking about libraries. You're talking about ICT, right? Okay. What else? So we have now best management, teaching staff, human relations, resources. What else? Yeah?
More parents' involvement.
Okay. Parents, more parents' involvement. Good.
Should be purpose-oriented.
Purpose-oriented. Purpose-oriented. Good. And now we have, okay, can we add more?
Principle-centered.
Principle.
Value-based or principle-centered. Value-based.
Value-based. Okay, take value-based. What else? Does it go under management? More disciplined? Okay. I see lots of things are missing here. Now you're talking about curriculum, right? There's something very valuable that we didn't see here. What do you think? What is it?
It should be a good campus.
Good campus, good building, okay. Good facilities. We tried this one. What else? I see nothing about students. And when we reflect upon teaching or education, core of any school is the student. It's not the teachers, it's not the principal, it's not the administration, it's not the leadership, it's not the resource. The core of any school, these schools were made because of the needs of the children. Quality of learning, how good the students learn at school. Also, did you notice that there is a shift nowadays, and this will be our main focus perhaps, is from the teachers to the students. In the past, when we used to go to schools and visit schools, our main focus was the teacher. What is the teacher doing? Now it's no longer the case. The new trend is that what the students do, what they understand, right? So it's from teacher-centered to student-centered. Now your second task is, among all these 7 or 10 items that we mentioned, each one of you or each two of you, please try to put them in order. Which one should take the first priority? So it's the best management, teaching staff, human relationship, resources, and this of course includes multimedia, and teaching methods, parents' involvement, purpose-oriented, value-based education, discipline, curriculum. Okay, can I get an answer? At least the first one. From your viewpoint, whether I need you to discuss it if you're sitting in pairs. Yes. Can I get an answer? From your perspective, what is the first thing that you want to begin to improve in your school?
The purpose should be very clear.
The purpose should be very clear. Okay. Why it is purpose-oriented from the very beginning, it's important. Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created a human being for a purpose. I feel the purpose is the main criteria for which the school should be raised.
Okay. Yes, please.
Today's educational scenario is that our education is more focused on careers and grades. That education is not merely for grades and careers. It is beyond that, because the teacher and the students, they stay together for hours. And for 10 years of schooling, you have more than 7,000 to 8,000 hours together.
I agree to part of it, of course. But everybody will say that we send our children to school to learn. Do you agree to this? So why should we have the purpose clear? Why should we have the vision and the mission clear? Why should we have this? Why do you think? You made a very good point when you said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that there is a purpose in this creation, which is worshiping Him. So it's a very clear message for everybody to know why he or she is on this planet. So this is very important. Now, in terms of our vision in this school, why should we put a vision to the school? Sisters, mission? I'm quite sure that you have lots of, please speak up. Why do you have a vision? Now, to make it easier, let's try to put a vision for, or if you have a school, or if you work in a school, tell me the vision of your school. Can I hear some visions of your school? Okay. When you write a vision and a mission, you are selling your product. You are telling the parents you want to grab the parents to bring their children to you. So you are telling them that my purpose from this school is such and such and such. Before you continue commenting on him, we'll take a break for 5 minutes and we'll come back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hush, little baby, breathing so calm. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق.
The Book of Allah is the foundation of Islamic civilization and the way out of every trial. Every generation of Muslims needs to develop a relationship with the Quran. So join me, Riyaz Ansari, for reflections on the Quran.
Explore how the Quran has a wondrous impact on those who receive it as a book of guidance.
If there is Iman, along with it must come al-amal al-salih.
Yasir Fazaga.
True faith is based on knowledge. Knowledge which originates with God, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Dr. Bilal Phillips.
If all Muslims hold to this robe of Allah, no power, no force on earth can do anything to us.
Salim Al-Amri.
What causes faith to increase and decrease?
Broaden the horizons of your faith in Faith Horizons. Next on Peace TV.
Hush, little baby, breathing so calm.
Yes, please.
Today's educational scenario is that our education is more focused on careers and grades. That education is not merely for grades and careers. It is beyond that, because the teacher and the students, they stay together for hours. And for 10 years of schooling, you have more than 7,000 to 8,000 hours together.
I agree to part of it, of course. But everybody will say that we send our children to school to learn. Do you agree to this? So why should we have the purpose clear? Why should we have the vision and the mission clear? Why should we have this? Why do you think? You made a very good point when you said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that there is a purpose in this creation, which is worshiping Him. So it's a very clear message for everybody to know why he or she is on this planet. So this is very important. Now, in terms of our vision in this school, why should we put a vision to the school? Sisters, mission, I'm quite sure that you have lots of, please speak up. Why do you have a vision? Now, to make it easier, let's try to put a vision for, or if you have a school, or if you work in a school, tell me the vision of your school. Can I hear some visions of your school? Okay. When you write a vision and a mission, you are selling your product. You are telling the parents you want to grab the parents to bring their children to you. So you are telling them that my purpose from this school is such and such and such. And the other one would tell me the purpose of his or her school is such and such. And I have to decide which one I want my child to go to. So when we write the vision and mission, we are trying to buy our customers. We are going to attract the customers to come to our school. Do you understand my point? If you have just a school and you don't have a vision, I wouldn't come. I wouldn't bring my children to your school, definitely. I want a school with a vision that tells me that when your child graduates, he will be on this level. He will be able to do this, he will be able to do this, he will be able to do this. Our main purpose of the school is such and such. Tell me some of, yes, please.
The purpose of our school is to prepare the children to face the challenges of this world as well as the hereafter.
To face the challenges this world and...
as well as the hereafter.
Okay, is this a true vision of your school? You're not changing it?
No.
Okay, good. Yes, please.
To excel in the academics
To
as well
excel
as
in academics and...
as well as in Islamic studies.
And Islamic studies. Okay, good. Third one, if it is different. If it is different, if it's the same, but just rewording it, don't mention it.
To build a team of professionals who would do good in the society.
To build?
A team of professionals good in the society.
To build a team of professionals, right?
Who do good in the society.
To be good in the society. I need some opinion from the people who didn't participate. Which school would you select for your children? According to the visions that you see, which one would you select? Okay, let's begin with the one that talks very broadly about spreading peace in the world by learning Islam, right? Good. Let's discuss this one, this vision. If you see this vision, how do you want to react against it? Would you take your children to that school? What is your opinion when you see this vision? By the way, remember, the vision, when we say them, it is a promise to the parents. We are promising the parents that when their children graduate, they will be able to make this. Okay, so at the end, the parents would come to you, hey, the children studied 12 years in your school, they came out, and they are not fulfilling the vision. You have to remember, when you write a vision, that's why we need to sometimes to reword our vision from time to time. A vision is not something stable all the time, but sometimes you may need to change the wording of them. Okay, now if the school is saying this vision, would you take your children to it? Yes.
I look for something better.
What is better than this? What is better than peace?
The first one.
Okay, now let me focus on this. What is your opinion when you face a statement like this? We want to spread peace in the world based on learning the religion of Islam. What is your reaction as a father who would come to you, as the father who lives in India, lives in Mumbai, and you would see this? What do you want to say? What is your reaction? Okay.
This is only part of the vision.
Okay, what do you want to add more? What do you want your children to learn more?
Prepare them for the dunya and the akhirah.
Okay, prepare them for dunya and akhirah. Are you saying that this vision, I hope nobody is sensitive, okay, we are. So are you saying that this vision is so wide or so vague or so general? Or what is your reaction? Can you say a word on that? And we'll give you opportunity to defend, by the way.
The peace is only part of it.
Peace is part of it, okay. What else do you want?
We are looking at much more than that.
What is this much more than this?
Yeah, to be the right human being.
Okay.
And the earlier topic, what we discussed about the purpose of being in this world, to
she mentioned something about this, because by learning Islam, okay. So you want to specify something that to be good worshippers of Allah.
Yes.
Okay. Sister, do you have any reaction?
Well, sure. In fact, when I say that it's spreading the word of Allah, Allah Himself has mentioned in the Holy Quran that how a human has to be and go ahead in his life. For example, peace is a factor. Peace is just one thing. But when I say word of Allah, I mean a lot of things which are included in this. So being a true human, being a positive person in the society, everything is included, everything is mentioned in the Holy Quran.
Good. So do you understand that it may be so general that it needs to be more specific a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, because the essence of it, although it talks about peace, which is a worldly matter, of course, and it talks about learning the religion, but it doesn't talk about anything about academics, as it had been mentioned. Okay? Let's move to another one. What was another one? Anybody read the other one for me? To face challenges of this life and hereafter. Can I get a reaction on this? Okay? To face the challenges of this life and the hereafter.
When we say the challenges of this life, means we have to survive in this world, professional degree or some business. So we need to have that qualities in us so that we can survive in this world. And for the hereafter, you must follow Islam in totality so that we can achieve that ultimate goal, inshallah.
So it talks about this life and the hereafter. So it has the mix of it, right? So what would be your comment, if you have a comment on this? I'm not going to take my child to this school. Who is not going to take his child to this school? All of you? Yes, please speak up.
Assalamu alaikum.
We want to get better understanding. Okay. Alaikum assalam.
As a parent, I would love to admit my child in such a school which caters to the success of this world as well as the hereafter.
Okay. That's very good. If you're going to change anything in it, what would you change? Open question for it. If you're given an opportunity to change this vision, would you change anything, or you don't want to change it? You accept it as is? You make modification? By the way, this is the critical eye that we need. We don't want to accept things as facts. They are not saying of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are saying of human beings, right? We need to develop this attitude of critical thinking. And this is what we are going to focus on when we talk about teaching. Such a thing is not happening in our school. Critical thinking. Can we modify this? Can we make it better?
This itself is a broad vision, or broad,
okay, so it is broad,
which can be broken down into other points.
Okay.
Which will include like excelling in academics, even skill-based.
Excelling in academics can be in a mission. In the mission, we can divide the vision. So the vision usually is a broad statement. But if you want to change this broad statement, who wants to change this broad statement? Okay.
Yeah, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
In fact, I would like to go a step further on this. Instead of like to face challenges of this life and hereafter, it's kind of like a question of survival. Instead of that, what I would like to make the changes, instead of the word challenges, it would be like to create role models for this world as well as the hereafter.
Okay, we're shifting from the topic. Okay, now, does the Quran say something about this? We have 2 minutes left, so does the Quran say anything about this? Okay, now this is a test for you understand the Quran very well. What does the Quran say about this?
Quran says that in the one verse, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً.
Okay,
So
so
with this we can cater that.
so في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة, because we are living here, okay? So it matches this.
Yeah, that is what I'm telling.
Good. So how about if somebody tells you that the Quran would say that reverse the focus. وابتغي فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا. In other words, the Quran reversed this, right? The Quran said that gear and direct everything that you have in this life towards akhirah, towards later life. And then don't forget your portion in this life. So in other words, the main focus is on later life. It's not on this dunya. Can you take this statement and make it a vision or no? You would take a vision like this one. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. You know that if you take this, because رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً means the good wife. The dunya hasana. So this is not the purpose of education, right? Do you agree to that? رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. So if we get the explanation of آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً, I think it's a little bit very limited, right? So what do you think? Which verse would you take as a vision for your school? وَابْتَغِ فِيمَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيا, or رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. As a vision for the school, what do you think which is more practical? Yes, certainly. Please, you wanted to...
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
The verse which was coming in my mind was Rabbi Zidni Ilma.
وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي
Waqul Rabbi
عِلْمًا.
Zidni Ilma.
Very...
Because we need to know the knowledge. We are aware that today's world is of science and technology. So inshallah we give a word to the parents that mashallah we will provide those knowledge with the akhir.
I think it's a wonderful statement, and we'll come back to discuss it. Is this enough to make it as our vision for a school, or it needs something more? It's not every ayah is made in the Quran as it represents the focus on the vision. We have to understand this. We can come back in another episode. Thank you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
She wakes up.